that, and then that's a thing.
That's a thing indeed. But you know what your thing is you have to do today, Naki? We said it in the pre-show, just so everyone knows. Naki found a story about how sniffing farts is good for you. Her mission at some point during the show is to tell us how fart sniffing is good for health.
No!
Yes, this is your mission.
No!
This is what happens.
Refuse.
If you don't give me a funny story to start the show, then I have to make a funny story happen. So I'm going to manufacture one by making you read this story about fart sniffing.
You can't tell because I don't have the camera on, but I'm making Grumpy Cat face at you.
That's okay. You're going to read the fart sniffing story, right?
All right, fine. I'll read the fart
And just for those who are wondering, the name of this show is going to be Fart Sniffer or something like that today, because, yeah.
Obviously. Wait, I'm Facebook posting.
She's Facebook post. But evidently, according to this article, it is not an insult to call someone a fart sniffer. So, hey, take that and run with it if you want, people. We're saying on ATGN, you're complimenting people by calling them a fart sniffer. So, you guys are a bunch of fart sniffers. Just wanted you to know.
Yes, and we fucking hate you. What?
What? That's not very nice.
What? I thought fuck was a term of endearment.
Oh, that's true, it is. I'm rusty since we took that week off.
That's true. We did take a week off, and that probably screwed everything up.
Now it's all gone to hell.
Yeah, we're screwed now.
Yep.
So what'd you guys do with your extra week off? Any fun stories, adventures to tell us about?
I was sick, so I fell asleep. Yay!
Knock, you have the best stories ever.
I
You really do.
I should be an inspirational author.
Yes, then you can be an Oprah book club member or whatever, and then you make a bunch of money whether your story's true or not.
Wait, we don't make money doing this?
If we do, I would like some to pay for web hosting fees.
We just got to get a really good sponsor.
How about Gonna Geek over at GonnaGeek.com? Wait, Big Papa's not in the chat room. Never mind. I can't get us sponsored if he's not here.
Where's John Drew with that paycheck?
Yeah, we need that out of the Gonna Geek slush fund. That's how we pay for our hookers and blow. I mean, our web space and pictures.
Yes.
Space, hookers, whatever.
We don't have any blow.
Alright, do you actually want to read this? Or want me to tell you what this is?
Alright, so Naki's going to have an exclusive story for us about how smelling farts is good for your health. So we're going to toss it over to Naki with this exclusive news piece here on All Things Good and Nerdy.
Yes. Actually, this comes to us from theweek.com. I don't know how logical or great this site is because I've never heard of it before. But apparently a new study at the University of Exeter suggests that the exposure to hydrogen sulfide, aka what your body produces as bacteria breaks down food and it causes gas, could prevent mitochondria damage. Yes, the implication of what you're thinking. People that are taking the research to mean that smelling fart could prevent disease and even cancer. The study was published in the Medical Chemistry Communications Journal, found that hydrogen sulfide gas in rotten eggs and flatulence could be a key factor in treating diseases.
So,
in that case, I have a friend who has cured cancer like 1,000,000 times. He's
My
a known
boyfriend,
drive-buyer.
you just give me some burritos with beans, I'll help you cure cancer. It's no problem.
My-
I'm here to help.
my boyfriend could cure cancer in an hour if you give him some tacos. I mean,
So guys, this is how we come back after a week hiatus. Fart jokes. Welcome
yes.
to episode 115 of All Things Good Nerdy, recorded live on July 13th, 2014. The Fart Show.
Yes. Farts for everybody.
Maybe that's what I'll
I'm
call it,
serious-
the Fart Show.
Oh, excuse me. It's cured cancer.
I'm seriously sending this to my boyfriend and telling him thank you for curing my cancer.
See,
Nice.
doing this show just helped you come up with a funny line. Congratulations, we're here to help. So everyone, let your significant others know, especially if they like to fart, they're helping cure cancer, and that makes them winners. Winners, I say. I really want someone to make an animated GIF of me pointing at the camera like that. It could be hilarious.
Saying winners.
Winners don't do drugs. They do fart.
I think it's the Draftsman just hit us all up on Twitter. He found Wonder Woman at Exotica. You should really check out that picture. Because, damn!
The question is it safe for me to show on Twitter? Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's no nudity. She's wearing an actual Wonder Woman costume, but damn.
He was going to go and do some interviews for us, he'd said, but those of you watching the YouTube video, this is the Wonder Woman that he found at Exotica. Good catch, Draftsman. Good catch indeed.
Maybe that's why he was too busy to do interviews. It's who?
And that's Draftman. That is Draftman himself.
Is him? Oh.
Yep. Yeah, now you know what he looks like.
I don't care about that. I want to know who Wonder Woman is. What's her name?
She's Diana Prince.
Well, yeah, but if
That's
she's
his
at
girlfriend.
Exotica, then I'm assuming she's a porn star, so I need to know her porn name so I can go find her videos.
Well, Draftsman is watching the show right now, so just give him a little bit of time, and I'm sure when the chat room catches up, there you go.
Very true.
I'm just saying. But we've talked a lot about farts and porn stars and our normal random bullshit that we do in this show. Maybe we should start talking about some of the news that's happened. What do you guys think?
I don't know. We are talking about curing cancer with our butts.
I gotta remember to pull that line out.
Curing cancer with our butts. Curing cancer with our butts. Yay!
Doo-dah, doo-dah.
I just want Naki to make a song about curing cancer now.
I'm trying to. Hang on, I'm on the spot here. I'll figure it out. We'll get this.
Well, so let's just roll into some
Curing
news
cancer
first.
with our butts.
Oh, never
Doo-dah, doo-dah. Curing cancer with our butts all the doo-dong day. Gonna fart all night. Gonna fart all day. Curing cancer with my ass.
After I eat a burrito.
No, you need something that rhymes with ass.
Sass. Mass.
Oh, curing cancer with my ass. Don't even give me sass.
There you go.
Nice.
That is the official cancer-curing fart song of ATGN, and we're going to make that our intro from now on.
The
Hooray!
official ATGN song, at least for today.
Yes,
Period.
that is today's official song. Officially official.
Officially official.
Officially official. So let's just toss it over. Let's do some news, and I'm going to toss to Anthony first. Since Naki just gave us a song, she gets a little break.
Sweet.
Yay!
I got two comic items, real quick. The first one I love because it's all about making Chris happy. Superior Spider-Man returns.
There is my God.
For the lead up to Spider-Verse, they're going to do at least apparently a couple more issues of the Superior Spider-Man. And it's funny because the article I'm reading about it on Comics Alliance, they're talking about, oh, how is this possible? How could this happen? And they list out 6 explanations. Like, it's an alternate universe. Otto got a new body. It's someone else. It's the afterlife. It's another dimension. It's all a dream. How about a real fucking simple one? These adventures happened before Otto gave Peter his fucking body back. Because it's
That's
a comic book. You crazy fuckers. But yeah, so there's a couple more issues of the Doc Ock Spider-Man coming back. So there'll be a few more, starting with number 32. We get a little more Superior Spider-Man.
It looks kind of cool because it looks like he's in the 2099 world.
Yeah, it does, because, I mean, it looks like, yeah, he's fighting some of the Alchemax guys, so it might be some storyline where they pop him into the future real fast. But yeah, I mean, for the work team, you got Dan Slott writing it, and I think Christos Gage possibly as well, because I think Christos Gage is a writer. But then they got Giuseppe Camuncoli and Adam Kubert on art, so the fucking books are going to be gorgeous. So yeah, I think there's going to be at least a couple of issues. So anybody that was getting Superior Spider-Man before, my LCS made sure they put it out on their email to everybody that if you had it before and it got canceled, you need to re-up it, because a lot of places won't pull a book after it's been canceled if it comes back.
Right.
Because they're not going to see that when they go in to do their previews reorder. So if you were getting Superior Spider-Man before and liked it, make sure you tell your LCS to pull it for you now. But yeah, so that's coming up, which, yeah, all leads up to Spider-Verse, which I'm stoked for that, because giant, massive crossovers aren't, usually that great. Original Sin's been all right, but the idea of one storyline that's going to have every Spider-Man variation ever all inside of it in one story, I don't know how or why that's going to make sense, and I don't care, because I want to see it. The preview art already is amazing, because they got fucking Spider-Hams in it. Fucking Peter Porker is part of the storyline.
Yeah,
So,
I'm intrigued having Peter Porker there.
I don't know how they're gonna do that, but yeah, just the images with all the Spider-Man, fucking awesome. I'm stoked. And then there was a new one that if anybody's been on a spent more than 5 minutes on social media in the last 4 or 5 days, you might have noticed that Batgirl has a new outfit.
Yeah,
Maybe.
the internet kind of
Motherfuckers-
blew up.
Yeah, motherfuckers have gone crazy. So there's you got a new costume, the new writer, new art team.
For those that haven't
So-
seen it, it's up in my window.
Let's see, what do we got? There you go. Yeah, but I think it's a pretty cool costume, and then it's so far from what I've seen, it's been really positive reaction for the new team on the book. But what I've been more impressed by is I'll put a link in the chat room, is the fan art.
Yeah, there's been some
Comics
great fan
Alive.
art.
They've got a page, I think there's 40 different images on here, and it's all new. It's all sketches of the new Batgirl. People are going crazy for the new costume and just fucking drawing the hell out of it. So yeah, it's definitely something to go check out if you haven't seen it yet. There's just so many artists doing variations on it. I mean, I've seen Mike Norton did one. I think I know my friend Tressa Bowling did one. I actually asked her to scan it for me so I can do some colors on it. But yeah, people are going crazy. There's hundreds of people already doing, like, there's already fully rendered digital paintings of the new costume. It's like, I don't know who these people are or how they have the time, but damn. Yeah, it's a cool looking costume. Apparently somebody here has problems with it. But
I don't have problems with it. I just have some mild concerns. But first, something I think is really cool is the fact the cape does snap off, which kind of makes sense. You'd want someone on the Bat team to have the cape be easily removable because
yeah.
you can get drug around by that. My only real concern on this
No
one is
capes.
No capes!
they talk about this happens because her traditional costume, or the one she's using now, gets damaged beyond repair, something like that. So she goes and creates her own piecemeal out of things that she's able to purchase. But it's not spandex the Bat team wears. It's a Kevlar weave and things like that, so that can turn a bullet. My only concern is, from a practical standpoint, if you're a superhero who wears the Bat emblem on your chest, you're a target. People are going to want to shoot you. Leather is not going to turn a bullet like Kevlar is. So the practicality of it kind of concerns me a little. I love the look of it. I think it looks awesome. It's just, I don't know how useful it is compared to the original, not the original, but the other suits that are out there. And let's be honest, do you think Bruce wouldn't make her a new costume if she asked for it? In a world where his son is dead, he has to pretend that Dick Grayson is dead, so he's losing people left and right, and if he can build her a suit that continues to save her life, you think he wouldn't do it? Yeah, maybe I'm reading into it way too much. I really like the look of the suit. Don't think I'm shitting on it, people.
I think you're reading into it too much, because I would say if they wear a Kevlar weave that looks like fucking spandex, that's 1 micrometer above their skin, and that can somehow turn a bullet, then I'm pretty sure if she goes and buys a nice pair of leather pants and a leather jacket and turns it into a costume, then at some point when she goes to wash it, Alfred steals it, puts the bulletproof plating into it, and gives it back without her noticing.
I hope so.
Wouldn't you be able to feel that, though? I mean, it's not like that's lightweight.
Yeah, well. If it's like a fully leather outfit, it's not lightweight to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pick up the book and I'll look at it. My only concern is how practical it is compared to the, for lack of a better term, the traditional Bat suit. Like, if we were taking Golden Age suits that were literally just spandex and replaced with an all-leather suit, that's awesome. It makes sense to me. But if you're taking a Kevlar suit and making it leather, it seems like a weird step backwards. I don't know.
I think you're trying to get way too realistic with a comic book that's not really that realistic.
This is true. I mean,
if it was the Activity, then I'd be with you. But it's a Bat book.
I mean, but I guess it does sort of make sense though, because go and look at Arrow right now, where Oliver Queen basically just runs around the city in leather and shoots people and never gets hit except for like grazed shots. I don't know. I got nothing.
If you want practicality, the new Punisher outfit, I can't remember who the artist is, but somebody did a new design for the Punisher, where basically his chest piece is like kind of like what the DoD is trying to design for the new military outfits. Ooh. To where it's one piece of armor that has extensions and add-ons, and so it's the Punisher using that type of system to where it's just the skull, and then everything that's hooked to it can be modified. But whatever artist drew it, the concept art is gorgeous. and it has him in like 2 different variations of the suit, and it's got the ones where the white teeth are the big ammo packets.
Oh, nice.
Where you got a full size magazine, and it's 3 of those to make the teeth. I don't know. I've always loved that look.
Trapsman brings up a good point in the chat room. He goes, Chris, have you ever tried to get into a Wonder Bra? Those things are tougher than Kevlar to get through.
And also false advertising.
Yeah, no shit, man.
Boobs.
Boobies! There's really no good segue after me screaming boobies, so I'm just going to do my story. Is that on July 27th at Comic-Con, if you're a fan of the series Young Justice, you might want to pay attention because DC put out their schedule, and for the Warner Archive Collections panel, they said at the end, attendees who stick around to the end will be privy to a special announcement that will excite all fans, both young, and that's in quotes with a capital Y, and old, in room 7AB.
Nice.
So they're putting the emphasis on young there, and a lot of sites are starting to report, oh, maybe they're bringing back Young Justice, because those that aren't familiar, Season 2 ended on a pretty massive cliffhanger. It was a really good cartoon, it's just it didn't sell toys. But I'm not thinking we're getting more Young Justice. I think this is going to be more of, hey, we're going to put the entire series out on Blu-ray for you now. But
Could be.
because it's the Warner Archive Collections that's announcing this, so I'm assuming it's probably a Blu-ray announcement, but what I'm really hoping for is a Season 3.
Well, what's sad is they've only got Season 1 so far on Netflix, so that's all I've seen, and I loved Season 1. But who was it? Someone, Kevin Smith was talking to somebody on the Bat Pod, Fat Man on Batman, about it, and apparently it sold toys. It sold too many girls' toys and not enough boys' toys.
That was Paul Dini.
And that was one of the main reasons. I think, yeah, that was Paul Dini was talking about it. They're saying that the amount of toys that it sold was enough to keep the show going. The problem is that the execs, whoever was in fucking charge, said that it wasn't selling enough toys to boys. And, you know, of course, as they say in that business, girls don't buy toys, so they didn't care how many girls were buying toys, which is fucking stupid.
It highlights a problem there is with cartoons everywhere in like the superhero level, is that it's all about toy sales, not necessarily putting out a good show.
Oh, yeah.
Can we also highlight the fact that they're not caring that it's the little girls buying the toys? Even if it is girl toys or boy toys, first off, why the fuck are we gender typing toys? Second of all, who the fuck
especially in a show that's a mix of genders of superheroes from both sides.
Yeah.
It's not like Young Justice was, you know, 6 guys and 1 female. You know, if honestly, if the only female on the team was you know, Martian Manhunter or what the hell's her name, Miss Manhunter? Miss Martian. I knew I had the name wrong. But like, if that was the only female on the team, then as an executive, maybe I could give them that they shouldn't care how many female toys they're selling if they only have 1 female toy.
I mean,
but there's multiple female characters,
and it gets even more so.
Those toys were selling fairly well.
Yeah, you get even more female characters when you get into Season 2, and they start bringing in like Bumblebee, and Zatanna becomes a main character, and Cheshire is there all the time, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. I mean, it just had a really good cast of characters, period. I don't think it mattered to me whether they're men or women. It was a good show.
Yeah, it was a good show with a great cast of characters. Yeah, it'd be one thing if it's Turtles and the only female character you have is April O'Neil and that's the only toy that's selling, okay, the show's going to get canceled. It makes sense. But yeah, why does it matter who's buying the toys if they're selling and they're male and female toys?
Yeah, I apologize because I got this confused with Green Lantern when I was talking about toy sales because I think it's Green Lantern that wasn't selling the toys at the time because they were paired back to back.
Yeah.
Which made sense because they were pretty shitty. From what I recall. I actually have a couple Young Justice toys, though, because they look cool.
Yeah, see, and the ones I saw look cool. I mean, I sadly didn't pick any up, which, yeah, maybe that's my fault they canceled it. What were you saying, Naki?
Well, I was going to say, like, I don't honestly understand what it would matter on what characters even sold. Like, if the toys are selling, what the fuck does it matter?
I mean, they actually made good ones. I mean, here's, like, Roy Harper from Young Justice. Awesome looking.
Nice, yeah.
Because it's going with my Arrow and Deathstroke figures.
Yeah, no, I don't know whoever the executives are that make those decisions. It's always sad that like creative people aren't in charge of the actual decisions of keeping a show around. It's someone that's afraid of losing their job if some market value dips 1% of some bullshit figure on a chart. Blah blah blah.
They took chances back in the early 90s to do Batman the animated series, do Spider-Man and X-Men and things like that. In today's world, I don't know if those make it past a season or two. That's what concerns me, is there's all this good stuff we might miss out on because...
Well, what was that
doesn't
new
bother.
Batman that's already been canceled?
Oh,
Beware the
yeah,
Bat.
that one
I
wasn't
liked
that great.
I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, but like, it didn't even get a chance. Like, it wasn't even, what, half a season?
I don't
didn't
think it's
even
been
give it-
officially canceled yet. They just moved it to a death time slot like they did the Tron cartoon.
Well, I know
Well, no,
that
what
they
they-
showed at that new fucking, whatever Consumer Products Toy Expo, they already had new banners up for the new Batman toys, for the new Batman cartoon. So that
Yeah,
pretty
what
much
they-
tells me the one that's out right now is fucking canceled.
Yeah, what they did was they showed 3 episodes at its time that it was scheduled at, and then they put it on indefinite hiatus. That's all it got, was 3 episodes.
Jesus.
I got more than that. I remember
it got
recording
3
more than that on my DVR.
Well, no, no, you're right. It got 3 episodes at its regular time that it was supposed to be at. Then they moved the time, and then it got put on
I
indefinite
think the whole
hiatus.
first half of the season got out there before that happened.
Before they moved it? No.
I think it was a half a season that was out, and then they decided they would air the back half on Toonami at like midnight.
Either way, it's still pathetic.
My DVR might not have picked it up then, because it only gave me the first 3 episodes at its time, and then
See, I
the
had
rest
like
of
8
them.
or 9 on my DVR, and I watched the first 3 or 4, and I was like, meh, and just deleted it then.
It was I thought it was a very it was a very fun. It was not it was no Batman the animated series or anything like that, but it was fun.
You'll never have another Batman the animated series, though. That's the thing, because we've built it up so much in our heads over time. It's still a great show, but there will never be anything that lives up to how we remember that show being. That's the problem.
Well, until there's a new generation.
Possibly.
Well, yeah. We won't have it until there's a new show that actually, like, basically destroys what everybody else is doing. Because that's what that cartoon did. It kicked everything's ass.
Yeah, but
It made a cinematic Batman cartoon, and nobody had done a cartoon like that up until that point.
you said the magic word though. You said cartoon, and that's what these executives view it as a kids thing, as a cartoon, not geared towards us, the adults. But I'm sitting here like I watch more cartoons than I watch, real life shows.
That's because we haven't grown up yet, Naki.
Well, there's that, but there's also the fact that I don't like to be constantly reminded of real life. I like to step into the superhero fold. That's what kind of got me into comics and got me into the whole sci-fi world, because anything can happen, as opposed to real life where we deal with a whole lot of bullshit that nobody wants to think about on a regular basis. That's why there's TV. That's why we have entertainment. That's why, that's why that exists, is to step out of our own lives.
Very true.
Yeah.
It's just aggravating that that even though we're older, we do not fit into their cartoon quote unquote demographic.
I think it's because it's a moving target, because they can never figure out what it is they want to put out there, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
Now I'm all
Pickles.
angry and sad at the same time. And I'm going to make not
I have
Twitter
happy news.
now. Yeah, make me
I have
happy
happy
again.
news.
And make sure it's not just a fart story, please.
Okay. Well, fuck. Hang on a second.
Dang it.
Well, actually, I don't know how happy it'll make Chris, because it has to do with Pacific Rim,
Meh.
but it'll make Anthony happy.
I'm ambivalent.
Hell yeah.
So Guillermo del Toro, who is the writer, director, everything of Pacific Rim. Before Pacific Rim 2, actually he's interrupting pre-production of Pacific Rim 2, because he's filming a very small black and white, very bizarre, quote-unquote, movie that will be in release. He doesn't say. He's very reluctant to talk about it because it's so bizarre and he doesn't want to give anything away. But the cast is very small. He'd love to have John Hurt. There's one great creature, and it does have a title, but I'm not going to talk about it, is what he says.
See, here's the thing, though. I mean, Guillermo del Toro puts out some awesome stuff, but how many movies is he supposedly making right now?
He's got, well, right now he's wrapping Crimson Peak, and then nothing else but Pacific Rim 2, and
Alright,
all of the
so-
Pacific Rim things.
What happened to Justice
Justice
League Dark that
Strange.
he's talked about 6,000 times?
Well, he's talked about it, but that was never confirmed.
He said, I'm doing Justice League Dark.
He said, right, according to this, it says, we start pre-production on Pacific Rim 2 in August, then I interrupt it briefly into the first of the year to do this strange little movie, and then I restart it and go all the way until we are shooting Pacific Rim 2 at the end of 2015 for the release in 2017.
Well, I hope it does happen. I mean, it's just the problem is, the thing that I've learned is he says he's doing a lot of things, and then you're like, okay, he's got way too many irons in the fire. Which one's going to drop?
Well, my guess is that Pacific Rim 2, in this whatever this bizarre little movie is going to be the priorities. Justice League Dark, while I would love to see him do it because I thought his Hellboys were great, honestly, it has no hype behind it. A lot of people, if you're not already
That's
a
why
comic
everyone
book
went,
reader,
what the fuck, when he said he was making it.
well, if you're not already a comic book reader, and we know how great DC is about building their movies, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, I think Hellboy 3 would make more money than Justice League Dark.
Yeah, I do too.
Probably.
And just
And I love
to clear
Hellboy.
it up, right now on his IMDb, for announced post and like pre-production projects, we have the Incredible Hulk TV series as an executive producer of one episode, so that's probably done.
I don't think it's ever happening.
Book of Life, he's a producer, it's in post-production. Crimson Peak, he's a producer, it's in post-production. Kung Fu Panda 3, he's an executive producer, it's in post-production. The Strain TV series, where he's an executive producer on 13 episodes, is still filming, and I think he's got input on the comic book for that as well. He's announced as the
I think he
producer on
wrote the original
Pinocchio
comic book.
and Pacific Rim 2. So, yeah, he's got a lot of projects.
No doubt.
But yeah,
He's got
Justice
a lot
League
of
Dark
projects.
isn't even listed under there as a producer.
If you think about it, though, being a producer is not nearly as intense as being a writer-director.
True.
Pacific Rim 2 is the baby here. I mean, being
Yeah,
a
'cause
producer, you technically just
under
throw your
writer-
stuff in, you're a producer.
Under writer, they got him on Pacific Rim 2, Hellboy 3, Pinocchio, The Strain, Crimson Peak, and The Hobbit, The Battle of Five Armies for the screenplay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You have to understand, I believe with Guillermo del Toro, I believe he wrote the original comic book that the TV series The Strain is based on.
He co-wrote the book, because I read the first book in The Strain. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I read the first issue. I liked it.
But yeah, he's a man who always had a shit ton of work going on for him. But I don't understand how Don't Be Afraid of the Dark got made, because that movie was fucking terrible.
I think he just wanted to put something on TV because he hadn't done that.
Well, it was based off of a made-for-TV movie that was fucking terrible. But I mean, the fact that he casted Katie Holmes as his lead actress in it was just a bad idea.
You said actress and Katie Holmes. You lost me right there.
I would just put it up that maybe he didn't have that much influence on casting.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
could
I
be
don't think
too.
he had that much influence on any of that whatsoever, other than his name was on it.
Because let's be honest, Ron Perlman wasn't in it. So if Ron
That's
Perlman
true.
wasn't in it, I'm assuming Guillermo didn't do the casting.
There's probably a good chance of that. Yes.
'Cause that man loves himself some Ron Perlman.
Who doesn't love Ron Perlman though?
Yeah, but I think Guillermo likes Ron Perlman even more than the rest of us. And
Yeah,
we all
exactly.
love Ron Perlman. I think he's got a boy crush on him.
That's called guy love between
Mhm.
two guys.
Are you going to sing that song for us, too?
The Guy Love
No.
song? Oh.
I already had one singing moment today.
It's
I'm not
from
going to
Scrubs.
There'd
If
be a
you're-
good picture for that, too.
Yeah, if
But,
you're a Scrubs fan, you'll know the Guy Love song.
On
I love
Twitter yesterday, Michael Jai White put out a photo of him with Ron Perlman, wherever they're hanging out right now. And I think it said something like, what kind of trouble could Spawn and Hellboy get up to together? Like,
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, damn.
That was badass.
saw the Spawn movie.
Huh?
I never saw the Spawn movie.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. It's somewhere in
Yeah.
between. That's the best
'Cause, I
way to
mean,
describe it.
the fight scene stuff that Michael Jai White did is amazing because it's fucking Michael Jai White. And honestly, I think probably it's worth watching for John Leguizamo, because John Leguizamo actually like crouched down and walked around like a midget for 6 months in an overweight clown costume to play the Violator, and it's fucking creepy to see him as a 4 foot tall, 300-pound white guy.
Actually, I really enjoyed John Leguizamo when he's not a main character. When he's a supporting role, he's actually really good. He's a very good supporting actor.
I love Legs. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything I didn't like.
There was a movie that he was the lead on that I was super excited about, and I can't think of the name of it, but it was a gang movie. And, like, we all saw John Leguizamo, and we were like, oh my god, we fucking love him. We go to the movies, and it was the most disappointing, like, drama movie ever, and we're like, oh.
Sad face.
Sad face. I really like, when he's a supporting actor, or when he gets, like, a character role, he's really good at it. He's fantastic at what he does.
Like when he plays Luigi.
Oh,
like when he plays Luigi.
No. No. Why did you bring that movie back to me?
Because it's an amazing movie, Chris, obviously.
I love John Leguizamo. That's why.
I hate you all so much right now.
No, you
awesome.
don't.
I do.
You don't.
I do.
You don't.
The hate compels me.
No more
The hate
hatred,
compels
Chris.
you to do what?
Find something you enjoy and tell us about it.
Ooh, I got something I enjoy then. We missed this news because of our off week. They are bringing in some new characters in Arrow, one of which is Dr. Ray Palmer, who you may know as the Atom.
Fucking Superman!
Yes, the news here is the fact that Brandon fucking Routh is playing the Atom in Arrow, and I'm like, yes! Fuck yeah, because he's an awesome, awesome actor on TV shows. If you haven't seen Chuck yet, watch Chuck and the arc he's on Chuck on. When he does a character shift, oh my god, he's great at being the creepy evil dude.
Yeah, if the only thing you've ever seen Brandon Routh do is Superman Returns and you hate it because it was Superman Returns, don't hold that against him. Go watch the 6 or 7 episodes of Chuck he was on. The guy can do damn good TV.
The bitch of it is, he wasn't the bad part of Superman Returns.
No, he
It was
wasn't.
just a bad story.
It was a horrible script. And I give that for Ben Affleck as Daredevil too. Like,
I didn't hate the Daredevil movie in all honesty.
I like the
The
Daredevil
Daredevil
movie because I own the director's cut.
Yeah, the director's cut's far better than what they put out there.
Very different film.
Yes,
I never
much
saw the
darker.
director's cut.
Go
But
find
I
it in
know
the
that-
$5 bin.
Yeah, if
because
you see
you
the
know it's
director's
there.
cut, you'll like it.
He gets so much shit for that movie, but honestly, it wasn't his fault.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad.
We're still talking about Daredevil, right? I want to make sure we weren't on
Yeah.
Superman Returns.
I don't think Superman Returns wasn't that bad either, as long as you get rid of that fucking kid.
I got in an argument when that came out, and
the
when
whole,
Batman Begins came out.
stalking Superman thing.
Yeah,
that
Creepy
part was
stalker,
creepy.
deadbeat dad.
I was
Yeah.
in school when that came out, and someone kept trying to tell me Superman Returns was a better movie than Batman Begins, and I was like, "You're fucking crazy, lady."
Yeah, that is a crazy person.
I was like,
I'll
Superman
argue
Returns
the
is
good
terrible.
parts of Superman Returns, but I will not argue that it's better than Batman Begins.
I mean,
That's a losing argument.
There's some super intense moments in Superman Returns, like the moment where Lex Luthor stabs him in the back with a shard of kryptonite. That's friggin' badass.
Yep, that part's good. The bullet to the eyeball
That
was
was badass,
fucking intense. And the fact that if you close your eyes in half the scenes, Brandon Routh is so channeling Christopher Reeves that you might not realize that it's him.
That was the thing, is he played Chris Reeves as Superman.
Yeah.
He didn't play Brandon Routh as Superman. I don't know
Which
how
is-
different it would have been if he played himself, his version of Superman.
I don't know. I think it's one of those things that Brandon Routh grew up like us, where in his head, Christopher Reeves is Superman. That's
Christopher Reeves made him believe a man could fly.
damn right. Damn right.
Sorry, I just stole the punch on that. But yeah, the fact he's coming to Arrow has me really intrigued, and let's be honest, Arrow is hitting on all cylinders right now.
Actually, and that wasn't the only cast announcements either, because they're going to
Oh,
add
right.
in Katana, Deadly Little Miko, Devin Aoki from Sin City is basically just going to put a mask on and play the exact same character that she
Yes.
played in Sin City. Deadly Little Miko with her fucking katana, and she's going to bring that over to Arrow and just be Katana.
And because we know it's Arrow, I'm sure there's going to be even more people that start showing up as we go on, plus the return of former characters. I wouldn't be shocked, for instance, if Nisa Al Ghul comes back, or Deadshot, Black Canary, Deathstroke's going to have to come back. Maybe they'll finish the Harley Quinn tease. I mean, this show is doing everything it can to bring in awesome characters from the overall DCU, and Naki needs to watch the show.
I'm working on it. But you guys are missing like one character announcement that I'm really surprised that has to do with that whole universe with the Flash. They're bringing in.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yes,
Right?
yes. Firelord is Robbie Amell, who is Stephen Amell's cousin, who was starring in the Tomorrow People.
Yep.
It was hilarious, and we all know I have great admiration for how Stephen Amell handles his social media, and I guess he posted a picture of his text message with his cousin, and all it said was, "Welcome to the Justice League."
Nice. Because if they put the Flash on after Arrow on Wednesdays, then we'll have the Amell Wednesdays again.
Well, that's not what's going to happen. That Flash is going to be on Tuesday nights at 8, and then Arrow Wednesdays at 8.
Is that what it's going to be?
That's
Damn
what. Yeah, they've already announced that.
They need the superhero power hour, man.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but I kind of like how CW's going all in when it comes to this beginning of Flash, because the week before the season starts, they're doing all of the episodes with the Flash in it as Arrow reruns.
All the Barry ones. Nice.
Yeah, and then they do the Tuesday night premiere of the Flash, and then Wednesday night they do the Arrow premiere, and I think they're doing a rerun of the Flash right after the Arrow premiere.
See, I'm really stoked because... Sorry, what, Naki?
How long do I have to watch these shows?
It's what, till October, right?
October 6th, I think, or something like that is when it starts up again.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
You can
got a
probably
little bit of
watch
time.
Flash without being caught up on Arrow. And realistically, you could probably skip ahead on Arrow if you wanted. You just have some gaps that would need to be answered, and that's what Wikipedia is for.
That's
Hey,
true.
for Wikipedia. But I'm a completionist.
I am too, and I catch crap for that because I watched The Cape almost to the very end, and I watched all of Heroes.
Ugh.
I saw The Cape was on Netflix. I gave great power to me when I gave it 1 star.
I'm going to watch it again.
Oh,
I like the Cape.
I forgot.
Vinny Jones is doing his version of Killer Croc is awesome.
Ugh. This show is so bad.
I don't care. I like it.
Bad. God.
Oh. For Arrow, though, I'm definitely stoked because with Katana coming in, it's another street-level character where you don't really have superpowers. The awesome thing is going to be to see how they handle the Atom, because that's going to be the first really visual superpower where they have to do a special effect or something.
Well, my only question is, have they said that he's going to be superpowered, or is this like before superpowers?
Yeah, like if he's just going to be Ray Palmer and not
Yeah.
actually be the Atom.
I mean,
I don't know
they've
if
got a way to give him superpowers, because if you've watched the 5-minute preview for The Flash, they start talking about metahumans. And
Yeah.
the event in Central City or whatever is what caused metahumans to happen. So they could just have it be that Ray Palmer was there for a scientific conference of some kind, and then he's got powers now.
I just want to see how they do it because he's really going to be the first person on Arrow that has actual visual superpowers. So I mean, Deathstroke's hard to kill and stuff, but like that doesn't you don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
You just
same with
make it to where
Solomon
he keeps
Grundy.
getting back up. Yeah, it's characters who just keep getting back up or are really talented with bows and arrows or guns or blades or whatever. But Ray Palmer's going to be the first person where they actually have to do a visual effect to show him shrinking.
That would be cool.
You know, so it's going to be cool because he's going to be basically the first person that has real visual superpowers on
Actually,
the show.
the first person with visual superpowers is going to be Barry Allen.
Oh yeah, if Barry
Yeah.
shows up before Ray Palmer, yeah.
I don't know if they've already kind of teased the fact that Stephen Amell shows up in the first episode of Flash, but I wonder if Flash will show up at the beginning of Arrow or something.
That they'll have him cross over.
Yeah,
It would be a nice way to start the year off, do a crossover episode with the two.
they had the perfect opportunity at the end of season 2 to bring the Flash in there. I kind of wish they'd done it, but at the same time,
The Messenger.
the messenger.
Come on.
Because Naki
God,
hasn't seen it yet, but all they do is they tease the fact that there's a messenger coming from Central City to Star City with something that Oliver needs. And we're all sitting there like, is it the Flash? It's not. It's just a dude with a briefcase.
Which, and when you look at what they're doing with the Flash, or like in the preview where they show like before they build him the suit, like they got him running around in like spandex and stuff while they're testing his powers. It makes sense that like you couldn't already have the suit. Like it'd be kind of jumping forward in time for him to show up as the full Flash, but it still would have been awesome.
Yeah, I know. Naki's like, I don't know what they're talking about. They just need to shut up.
Yeah. Go team.
Jeez, Naki, so rude.
Go team. Woo. I'm polite. What are you talking about, fucking bitches?
I rest my case. I mean, what?
Pickles. I'm curing cancer with my ass. Thank you very much.
Oh, no. We're never going to get this show done now. Every time someone says something else, going to be like,
Yep.
Curing cancer with my ass. Doo-dah. Oh no, I did it wrong already. Curing cancer with my butt. Doo-dah. Doo-dah. Curing cancer with my butt on the doo-dong day.
for those that don't remember the reference, just listen to the beginning of the show when we explain how farts can cure cancer, potentially.
Hooray for farts. Oops.
Hooray
oops,
for
oops.
farts.
Hooray for farts.
I completely lost my train of thought of what I was going to talk about next.
Nice.
Wow.
That's because farts more amazing than whatever you were going to talk about. Ah,
Oh, the doodah day.
Oh, did we talk about on here? I can't remember that the Weinsteins have passed on Clerks 3. They'll do distribution basically if Kevin Smith can raise the money to do it.
And I don't think we mentioned it on here yet.
Yeah, Kevin Smith had a proposed budget of $6 million. They said it was too expensive, but that they would help with the distribution side of things if he can make the movie.
That's fucking ridiculous. Because honestly, $6 million. They're saying that's too expensive for a Kevin Smith movie. He's guaranteed to make $34 to $36 million. He has exactly $34 to $36 million worth of fans. He makes that on every fucking film since Clerks 2.
I guess the question is how much advertising would they have to put in on top of that, because that's where a lot of these movies spend most of their budget.
That's where they're fucking stupid. Because he made $36 million on Red State, and he didn't advertise a fucking dime.
Yes.
and Red State was really good.
Red
I
State
haven't
was
seen it yet.
damn good. Yeah, anybody that hasn't seen Red State, you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to watch Red State more than she needs to watch fucking Arrow. John Goodman is in Red State, and he's fucking spectacular.
Dude, that movie was creepy as fuck.
Oh yeah, it's super creepy. It's well written. It's got the goofy Kevin Smith dialogue you expect from the teenagers, but the adults. It's honestly it's kind of one of those. I would say it's the first time that Kevin Smith has written adults talking like adults, because there's adult interaction with the characters in that movie that you've never seen in any Kevin Smith property ever before, and it doesn't feel like a Kevin Smith film.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's not goofy, it's not childish, it's fucking creepy, it's scary, and it's damn well made.
Well, it's not that I didn't want to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's on my Netflix queue.
Oh, dude, go watch that this afternoon. It'll blow your head back. It's some
I
crazy
want
shit.
the lights on for it.
Man,
Kinda want
I'm
the
not
lights
worried
on.
about that.
Though poor Ralph Garman has no lines, but oh well. He's got lines in Tusk.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm excited to see Tusk because that also is fucking sounds creepy as shit.
It sounds creepy and weird as all hell, and I'm totally on board for it.
Okay, I don't know what Tusk is.
That's the current movie he's doing.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where he talked about. Someone asked him, like, why one of the reasons he wants to quit movies is that he can sit on the Smodcast with him and fucking Scott, and over the course of an hour or two, they can do the equivalent of coming up with an entire movie, start to finish, and how cool it would be, and tell the whole story, and it doesn't cost him anything. Well, they did that one day, and he went off on a story where there was some strange advertisement on, like, Craigslist or something, about this creepy fucker that wanted a roommate that was willing to dress up as a walrus.
Yes.
And Kevin Smith kind of took that to the logical conclusion that this person must be a fucking serial killer, and this is what they do to kill people. And so him and Scott went back and forth over the course of the episode, and he basically came up with an entire movie premise and how the entire story would go out. And then he put it up on Twitter and had people hashtag either, what was it, walrus yes or walrus no, to whether or not he should actually write a script about the crazy walrus serial killer. And it came back like 96% walrus yes from the people who had listened to the episode, because it's just a fucking crazy idea. So he sat down, like, got high, grabbed his laptop, busted out 8 hours and wrote a fucking script, and now they're producing the film. And, like, it's got some big name fucking actors in it too. But the kid from The Sixth Sense is in it. Justin Long's in it. Yeah, Haley Joel Osment. I think Michael Parks is playing a part in it. Ralph Garman's in it as like a Canadian Mountie, so he actually has lines. Like it looks it looks so good. It's such a fucked up premise.
Yeah, it's ridiculously fucked up, but I'm super intrigued by where they go with it.
Yeah. And it's one of those things I love seeing because honestly, I mean, people give Kevin Smith so much shit about his films because there's a series of like 5 movies in there where he kind of told the same movie over and over again. It's a bunch of talking heads. The camera doesn't move. Like he has his own style. That's fine. But the last like handful of pictures, like there's been people don't want to admit it, but he's had a lot of growth as a director.
Yes, most definitely.
Look at Clerks versus Red State. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially if you go back to his first one. To hell, even just look at Clerks 2 versus Red State. And those are much closer, but just the difference in what he was able to do with the actors that he had on set and what he wrote in that script, fucking spectacular.
Now I want to go watch Red State.
I want to watch Clerks 2 again, man.
I might have to watch both of those today.
Yeah,
Rosario Dawson. Rosario
She's going to be in Daredevil.
Yeah, but she probably won't have a dance sequence in Daredevil, and that makes me sad.
That's a good point.
So I'll just have to go watch Clerks 2 again, because that dance sequence is spectacular.
She's so cute.
She is. I don't know how anybody could watch that movie and not fall in love with Rosario Dawson. That whole movie is just an ode to Rosario.
I can dig it. Oh, I guess I got one other thing we can talk about before we start wrapping things up, because I don't think we've done a show between it.
You dig it.
Yes.
I just had Warriors pop in my head. Thank you.
For those of you that are hoping for 6 seasons of a movie of one certain television show, Hulu did not revive Community. NBC did not revive Community. No, Yahoo came out of left field and brought Community back for a season 6, streaming on the internet, so no censorship either.
Wait, who's doing it?
Yahoo. As in Yahoo.com.
As in Yahoo's still a thing?
Yes, as in Yahoo's still a thing. They're bringing back Community for what is supposedly 13 episodes for season 6.
In all fairness, I watched, what was it, A Burning Desire? Is that was the name of that show?
I don't know.
Ken Moreno and
He was
bunch
on
of
Blue Mountain State.
Yeah, a bunch of really funny actresses. They did a spoof of like The Bachelor, where he was a firefighter,
hilarious.
and I want to say it was called Burning Desire, but I'm not sure if that was the actual title. But it was some of the funniest shit ever. Natasha Leggero played a character who never wore pants, so during the entire show, she's just naked from the waist down, and she has just the pixelated blur in front of her. And if that's the people that worked on that or the people that are working on Community, have at it, because that shit was hilarious.
From what I can understand, Dan Harmon and the writing staff, it's everyone before who was on Community is coming back to do Community.
Nice.
Including all of the actors that were still under contract. So no Donald Glover because he'd already left, but everyone who's under contract at the end of season 5 will be back for season 6, with the exception of the guy who's also in Breaking Bad, who will be in Better Call Saul, Professor Banks. I can't remember the actor's name. Crap. I don't know. I can't remember
I'm
his
like
name.
3
Sorry.
seasons behind.
You can skip season 4 and not be bothered. There's like 2 good episodes in season 4. And in fact,
Ouch.
Community skips through season 4 because basically when season 5 opens, they reference a gas leak that happened the entire last year that made everyone act weird.
I'm sorry, it's called Burning Love.
Okay. So yeah, if you're a Community fan, coming this fall to Yahoo.com. They have a streaming service, I guess, that's coming out or is out some kind, but it will have Community on it. And Joel McHale has already confirmed there's no censorship, so they're allowed to curse now. So it could be an interesting switch.
Nice.
Because there's a lot of things his character says that should have curse words in it, but doesn't.
True. This character definitely should curse.
But I guess we should start wrapping things up.
I got distracted by playing with my boobs.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the thing that happens.
And once again, where's your fucking camera? We're trying to
I
get
know.
some hits here. If you're gonna sit there and be distracted and have dead air because you're playing with your boobs, at least do it on camera.
I can't.
Why not?
Because Pup Dog spilled water on my laptop, so I'm broadcasting from my tablet.
Don't you have a camera on there?
I do, but it's inoperable at the moment because I'm playing with my boobs.
And because there's a piece of tape across it, because she's playing with her boobs.
I could probably turn on the camera. I think I have controls of that in here. Draftsman brings up a good point in the chat room. He goes, the biggest thing is that Yahoo is still a thing.
That's true. I don't know. I thought it was funnier with the fact that Ralph Garman still has an AOL account.
Yeah, that's
And he
pretty
made
funny
an
too.
AOL account for Hollywood Babylon. When you write them emails, you have to write an email to AOL.
That's
It's like,
fantastic.
really? AOL is still a thing?
That is
My mom
hilarious.
still has an AOL email.
I think
So-
it's a guy that I still have a Yahoo.
Gmail for the win.
Gmail.
I have my own name at Yahoo, and I've had it for, 20 fucking years now, so might as well keep it.
Yeah, might as well. So now you guys know how to get a hold of Anthony on Yahoo Mail.
You can basically email me anywhere at my name at, and then whatever service.
Touche.
I got all of them. On
So we
Twitter, I'm at Anthony Bachman. I got Anthony Bachman on Hotmail, Gmail. I don't think I got AOL because they were paying. They were charging for those when I started buying all the emails. But yeah, basically every free email account that's out there, if you put my name in front of it, yeah, it'll get to me. That's why I get so much spam in my goddamn Yahoo Mail because I've had it for 20 fucking years.
Yay!
Well, looking at the time, we should probably just start wrapping up in a traditional way. That's basically, we tell you what we've been getting into and what we are getting into. And I'll start first because why not? And the thing that I'll say that really surprised me that I'm super hooked on right now is the first Superman book, issue 32, with Jeff Johns and John Romita Jr. is out. And I fucking love it. And I normally don't like Superman books. I'm sitting here, I'm like, holy crap. This is awesome. And part of that's because I fully admit that I love John Romita Jr.'s art, even though some people don't like it. One, Mr. Scott Williams says it's too scratchy, but whatevs. You're welcome to your opinion. I love his run on the Amazing Spider-Man / Peter Parker Spider-Man that went for like 10 years.
Damn right.
Yeah, it's freaking amazing. The only thing I don't like John Romita Jr. drawing is Iron Man, because it's way too blocky.
Yeah, he does kind of make him look like he's made out of Legos.
Yes. I'm not too big
I
a
love him
fan.
on Spider-Man though.
Yes.
The giant calf, skinny ankle Parker is some of my favorite Spider-Man drawings ever.
Yep.
He has a very unique way of drawing Spider-Man's physicality that no other artist has ever done.
And his poses, the way he poses him around on things.
He
it's
poses
really
the
cool.
hell out of Spider-Man. I love his Spider-Man work. I'll eventually have to pick up the Superman. I haven't gotten it yet, but
I was really surprised how much I enjoyed it, and the arc they're setting up now has me really intrigued. There's a lot of parallels between The Last Son of Krypton and The Last Son of a Planet's Name I'll Redact that gets premiered in this episode. Or not episode, issue, sorry. I've also been getting caught up on Orange is the New Black. I think I'm on episode 4 or 5 of the second season, so I'm way behind. God, what else have I been doing? I've been playing video games. A lot of video games on my Xbox the past couple days. And the girlfriend's been playing Tomb Raider on Xbox, and it actually looks like a not shitty game. I'm intrigued.
I've heard a lot of good things about the Tomb Raider game.
I heard it's really good, actually, and I heard the comic that tied in with it was actually pretty good that Gail Simone wrote. I haven't read any of that yet either, but I was just I was happy to see
Isn't that
Tomb
the
Raider
game that had the
that's not
pseudo
shitty.
rape scene in it?
No, I guess they took it out.
Oh, did they? Okay. 'Cause that was the only bad thing I heard about it was that there was a scene where she almost gets raped. Everybody else said everything about that game was great except for that one sequence.
Yeah, I guess they were talking about how, because a lot of us, and myself included, rebelled against that whole thing. Like, why does she have to get raped to be a strong person? And so a lot of people, so I guess it wasn't really part of the game. But I could be wrong. I have not played the game, so I don't actually know.
Looking in the chat room right now, Draftsman has just said, all right, Bachman, you're getting a picture of me and Nina Hartley.
Nice.
So let me toss it to Anthony. What have you been getting into?
Still playing WildStar because it's the best fucking MMO ever. It's hilarious. They just started. They released the Strain, which is their first update. So basically, a month after going live, they dropped an update that included 2 full new zones, I think a new dungeon, and an entire new patch of like armor and everything that's covered in what's called the strain. So it's this weird like Halloween looking mutated crazy neon shit that's all teeth and eyeballs and goo. And so there's a bunch of crazy new body parts and armor and stuff. And then they added this awesome little emote where if you do /strain on your character, a strain creature bursts out of your player's chest.
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
Goes crazy, and then your character stops and goes, and is just freaking out. And it's probably the coolest emote to basically like not do anything, but like to have just a cool little just a cool little sequence with a character. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen, and it's this type of shit is basically why WildStar's saying, hey, this is why we're charging $15 a month. This is the type of content we're going to keep pumping out very frequently. So the game's awesome. Other than that, just coloring geek and lots of comic books. Wolverine's not quite dead yet, but he will be soon. The New Warriors is fucking spectacular. Big Trouble in Little China is amazing. Ghost Rider. There's lots of good comics out there.
Nice. I'm way behind on my comics. I did get caught up on Batman Beyond 2.0 and Justice League Beyond 2.0, and I continue to emphatically recommend them to people.
Nice. Oh, and it has begun. Issue number 1, Rocket Raccoon, written and drawn by Mr. Scotty Young. So,
I have that as well.
More and more pure fun. It's a really fun first issue. It's hilarious, and yeah, of course, I love Scotty's artwork. Scotty drawing a bunch of crazy aliens and Rocket running around with a bunch of guns is pretty much a perfect fit.
It seems like it. So we'll toss it to Naki then. What have you been getting into, Naki?
Her boobs.
I also my boobs, obviously. I also picked up Rocket Raccoon #1, and I read it. I actually had time to read that. I liked it a lot. I also have a giant stack of comics that I need to get into. Let's see, what else have I been doing? I've read, I finished reading Changes, which is the 12th book of the Dresden Files, and I am now in Ghost Story. But let me tell you, Changes emotionally wrecked me so hard that I've barely gotten into Ghost Story. Again, if you're not reading the Dresden Files or you haven't picked it up yet, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Boyfriend got me involved with it. I know our frequent guest host, our guest host king actually, Ryan, is also a huge Dresden Files fan. It is absolutely wonderful. So it's not the best writing in the world, but Jim Butcher has a way of crafting a fantastic story, and the story is fantastic. And it makes you care about a wizard who is kind of a dork, but yeah, it all takes place. He's a nerd. He's a nerd. And, I was sick, which is fun, but, I got coloring books and crayons out of that deal, so I got to color. And
Nice.
I got a Lisa Frank coloring book, guys. I've never even got one of those as a kid. But I also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Batman as well.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I like coloring. And that's about it these days. I haven't had a whole lot of time with school and work and being an adult. Oh, I went to the Lady Gaga concert on Friday. I totally did that. That was so much fun. It was
on purpose?
On purpose. Here's the thing. I love theatrics. I seriously, I love theatrical things. So when my friend said she found Lady Gaga tickets for $50, I'm like, I'm in.
Fair enough.
And, while it wasn't as theatrical as I thought it was going to be, it was still a lot of fun. Like, it was just, she's a great entertainer. Whether or not you like her music, you have to admit that she is a fantastic entertainer at what she does. And that's what the concert was. It was a whole lot of fun. It was called the Art Rave Ball. And it was, it basically was that. It was a giant rave. So.
Were there meat dresses?
There was no meat dresses, although someone did throw a steak at her.
That's crazy.
Fantastic.
And someone threw a Kermit doll at her. And yeah, I mean, there was things being thrown left and right, but it was a lot of fun. It was just fun. So that's it. That's what I've been getting into.
That's pretty cool. So I guess that's gonna wrap us up for this week. I don't know. I got nothing else. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to toss in?
Fart to cure cancer. Fart to cure us all.
So we're going to close the show on that note. If you fart, you're helping cure cancer for people, potentially. So eat more beans. And we will see you next
Cancer over here, curing cancer.
And we'll see you guys next week at 11 a.m. Eastern, because we stream every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern over at live.atgnpodcast.com. So you can come and be a part of the podcast and be part of our peanut gallery and heckle us. We like it. So until then, folks, eat more beans.
I'm going to go play with my boobs.